are going for a whole hour. Straight dog talk and the song. Jump on in and speculate. Show up on time, don't be weak and late. We are community, so don't hate. And learn to cooperate. Yeah, hit that like button and do your thing. 5 membership will get you in. So let's talk dogs and don't waste no time. Monday 7 p.m. Don't come doing the HATE. Otherwise Hollywood will give you the BYE. Here we go, kill the whistle. Oh yeah, we are going for a whole hour. Straight dog talk and a song. Jump on in and speculate. Show up on time, don't be weak and late. We are community, so don't hate. And learn to cooperate. Hit that like button and do your thing. 5 membership will get you in. So let's talk dogs and don't waste no time. Monday 7 p.m. Don't come doing the HATE. Otherwise Hollywood will give you the BYE.
The BYE. That's what Hollywood's going to give you. Check out these temps, man. We actually getting some snow in Cleveland, Texas. If you can believe that. Hollywood's getting some snow over there in Louisiana as well. He's over here telling me he's covering his, his gas pipe. He's got a rooster out there he's covering up and some chickens and sheep and whatnot. Nothing but love, man. Let me bring my guys from the back. Let me bring them up. Let me bring them. Oh, hold on. We got a nice little buoy. There you go. What's up, Hollywood? You ready? You ready for this cold, man?
What's up, bro?
Can you hear me?
Are you ready for this weather?
Oh, no, man. I am not ready for this weather. We don't ever have weather like this.
Oh, well, man. It's coming, bro, and it's coming in quick.
It's 7 degrees, and the very bottom of Louisiana. That don't happen, man. They said once in a lifetime. So this event probably will never happen again.
This will only show that you live in the north and not the south, Hollywood. I hate to tell you that, man. I hate to tell you that.
What's more south than me besides the Gulf of America?
Cuba, Venezuela.
I'm talking about
you south, but you ain't that south, bro. Huh? Hey, let me get this started, man.
In the region of the states. The states. We're the true South. That's all I'm got to say.
I got up this morning and got in the dump truck, and it was 9 degrees.
See, you are getting it first, huh?
Well, it's bad cold. That's bad cold, man.
Single digits, man. Single digits. Well, we're gonna be talking about this. Hollywood, I'm gonna push you back, man. We're gonna be talking about some of this stuff, man, because a lot of people right now, they got their doggies out. Man, if you got a dog out, please tell me you got a heat lamp. You got something covering the dogs from the weather, man. It's about to go like really cold, man. Some people, I just don't understand how you could just leave a dog out the whole night and not have any type of heating in any way, shape, or form, or at least a little heat lamp, man. But what do you do over there in your neck of the woods in Arkansas? I know snow's over there. What do you do for your dogs, man? I know you got them inside, but if you had a dog out, what do y'all normally do over there?
We try to make sure that they definitely have a way out of the wind and the weather for an outside dog. Our particular breed doesn't do well with it. If they got something there, a dog's body temperature is higher than ours, and if they got a small space that they can get out of the wind and weather in, they can normally warm it up pretty quick. Some kind of barrel or doghouse or something like that.
A barrel, little wood shavings or some hay or whatnot. And,
I know with my Great Pyrenees, we've tried heat lights and everything else. He won't do it. I guess he's just a cold-natured dog. He won't get anywhere near the heat light. He doesn't like it.
Don't they have a lot of hair, them type of dogs, man?
Yeah, more hair than I do beard.
Yeah, I could understand the dog not wanting, to be covered, bro, because what might seem cold to us might actually be hot to him. I want to say,
He doesn't like to
when
be
they got that
inside any
much.
kind of doghouse because, just from watching him, in my opinion, I feel like he thinks he can't hear as good, and that's his job to kind of watch over our livestock and things like that. So he's always got an ear up the road. But
Right.
the heat light, no matter how far I back it up, if he's underneath where that light is projecting the heat, he won't do it. He'll sleep 10 feet away from it, but he won't sleep under it.
It makes
But
Hey, it makes a lot of sense, man. Let me turn over here and see what's up, man. We got V Bullies team in the house. Good evening, Bully fam. Stay warm and blessed. Nothing but love, man. Appreciate you, man. Michael, what's up, guys? D Taylor, just to go to the bathroom. Temp is -4 right now. Woo.
golly, man.
Man,
We don't
17
know anything about them
degrees.
negative degrees in Arkansas.
No, y'all don't get that wind chill, bro. It was pretty breezy when I headed over.
We might get the wind chill, but we don't get in the negatives here. We've been right there at it. We've had wind chills in the negatives, but never below 0 temperatures that I know of.
Hey, let me ask you something, bro. Because look, I'm bringing up these new banners. Those of you seeing me bringing stuff up, like straight up, Mike, have you ever tried 100% federally legal THC?
No, I haven't.
Really, it's really THCA, but you said you haven't.
No, not the THCA. I'm not familiar with it. I know a little bit about it, but
I think I misspoke. What I'm trying to say is, have you ever given your dogs CBD? If so, why and what was the outcome?
I have. Yes.
Okay.
I've tried a few different products. I won't name drop any of the products, but in the few that I've tried, it's something that I recommend you play around with a little bit before you commit to anything. Like, for example, like a show or anything like that. I think I've said before that if you're going to show your dog and put them on CBD, it doesn't need to be the first time they've done it.
Right. Right.
As you would imagine, they can get uncomfortable or paranoid or even a little reclusive if they don't understand why they're feeling like they're feeling, or if you don't have your dosage right or anything like that. So, and all the products we've had worked pretty good. I'm really curious to see what this product that you have does. I'm ready to order some. I want to know how it compares. I definitely think that CBD is a great thing for dogs, especially when you're traveling, because man, so if we're leaving at 10 in the morning, as soon as we get up that morning to make coffee, give the dog some CBD oil tincture, and by the time we get ready to go in the car, they're just ready to lay back there and relax. They're not anxious and antsy in the back of the vehicle.
No throwing up, none of that
No
stuff,
throwing
man,
up.
because they're just knocked out.
That's where I've noticed the greatest benefit. That, and if they get show anxiety, which some of them do, that's another good thing that can really be helpful. Or another and probably one of the most important functions I've found for it is when company is over for holidays. I've noticed if we got 10 people over here and everybody's eating and chatting and laughing and carrying on, the dogs are not visibly nervous, but they are nervous. And they get gas and they get uncomfortable and anxious and a little wild, and it's helped with all that.
It's funny you say that, man. My mom, she came to visit me about, I don't know, I want to say 5 or 6 years ago. And we had just switched dogs over from kibble to raw, right? And I had to go get something, and I left her here in the house, with my stepfather. And at the time we had King Kilo, who was a pretty big boy, and my girl Azu, may she rest in peace. She just passed away recently. And man, I went over to the store, and when I come back, as soon as I opened the door, My mom is talking about there's a dead animal in the house. She thinks it's a dead rat or something. I'm like, what? A dead rat? How do you know it's a dead rat? She goes, you don't smell that. And then I walked into the living room. Man, bro, let me tell you guys. Let me tell you guys, that raw chicken, if your dogs have never eaten raw, that first time they eat it and they get nervous and they start letting out some fumes, Jesus
like
Christ.
Nothing like it in the world.
Adam Fields is asking, Gyra Grimm says that CBD helps for showing for sure. Adam Fields says, can CBD oil for dogs make their eyes dilated? If I understand correctly, I think marijuana or THC can actually do that. That's an excellent question. I'll be more apt to see that. I can't tell you that I saw my dog's eyes actually dilate because of CBD.
It may. I really just don't know. I didn't notice it.
Yeah. It may or may not. I gotta try it again. I've actually had to be all right. So right now I have 3 females in heat, and Congo and Fireball are going nuts. So perfect time, because today I actually had to give Congo some CBD, because people don't comprehend when there's a female in heat. This boy Congo, who is the most relaxed, lovable teddy bear you can ever imagine. Let me show him to you, man. He even looks like
he's my boy Pressure's. He's my boy Pressure's dad.
Yeah, look at it. Look at the face. I mean, he's just a teddy bear.
He is.
When I tell you that the whole cartoon bit, the cartoon bit when they draw the little swirls in their eyes and the dog is just wonky, and it's, my boy Congo looked at me today in the eye, and it wasn't Congo. When I saw him, it just wasn't Congo. And you could tell he just had this anxiety about him. So I went ahead and gave him CBD. I'm going to go ahead and bring up the website so you guys could see where I got the CBD from and all that stuff. But anyways, I gave him CBD. Dog immediately, when I say immediately, I say in about 20 minutes, he chilled out. Let me go ahead and take this off the screen so y'all can see the whole thing. He chilled out. Now, this that you're seeing right now, this is Regal Choice. This is our sponsor. They have pet tinctures, and within that pet tincture that they're offering, what they essentially have is pet CBD. It comes in 1,000 milligrams CBD organic in camelina oil. Guys, anybody that knows anything about CBD, the oil that you're using is essential, because it'll determine how much of that CBD the dog's actually going to absorb. As you can see, they have bacon flavor and they have the roasted chicken flavor. The dogs actually love the flavoring. It goes for $39.99, but if you do auto ship, it comes down to $35.99. Better yet, if you do our discount code, right, which is QBN9 QBNK 911, right down there, QBNK 911, you're also gonna get an additional discount. That should be able to cover your shipping, right? And not just that, I'm gonna keep it real with you guys. They don't only offer products for dogs and cats. They also offer products for human beings and adults. So, if you guys have issues sleeping, they have sleep gummies. If some of you actually use Delta 9 THC gummies, they got those for you. Also, they do have flour. If you guys are into that kind of stuff, they actually got flour that you can order directly through them, and they can ship it to you into all 50 states legally. All right. They got CBD tinctures as well for humans. Check them out. Full spectrum. You got 1,500 milligram and you got 3,000 milligram. all I can tell you guys is so far, when I've used this particular product on my dogs, within 15 to 20 minutes, it's actually had an effect and they've chilled out. I don't give it to them to the point where I knock them out to sleep. I give it to them just enough to just chill, take the edge off.
That's a great point that you mentioned about calming them down when you have females in heat. I didn't think of that, but that's a great use for it. Because I know with my male, we just had one go out of heat and another one coming in heat now, and he pants all day. I mean, he's so distracted he won't hardly eat. He does eat, but very distracted, and I bet that would calm him down pretty good bit.
Yeah, he gets driven crazy, and what's worse is when he saw me, I could see the anxiety in his eyes. It's completely out of his hands. I mean, out of his paws, if you will.
Are there doses on those bottles?
They don't have doses on the bottles, but you could always go online and find a dosage chart.
Weight based, I'm sure.
It is weight based. That's one of the reasons why. But definitely try it out if you haven't. If your dog, if your dog has separation anxiety when you leave, if your dog is barking and creating a ruckus, also if you're about to have fireworks or loud music next door or anything like that, why make the dog stress over something like that, man? I want to bring up a question here from Miss Shaytree. She's saying, is there any home remedies for a dog with congestion? I think my dog caught the coronavirus from my family. Well, Shay, listen, let's talk about what the coronavirus is. I mean, just the word virus really doesn't matter which virus it is, even though some are more aggressive than others. There are some natural things that you could give to your dogs that will help. Same thing humans could actually take themselves. I'm talking about raw honey. I'm talking about lemon. I'm talking about raw garlic. Okay. Am I missing something? A little coconut oil.
Ginger.
Ginger. If you could put that all together and, put it in your dog's mouth and let them lick it, that wouldn't be the worst thing.
We make little like flu bombs, and we do this like when we make it for us. I don't ever get sick like that, but when my girls do, I usually drink it with them just so we all have had it. But we make home remedy little flu bombs like that with lemon and ginger and garlic. And whenever we mix up a concoction, we'll pour out portions, and then we'll pour a little bit in the dog's water bowl, and they love it. We don't have a problem with them drinking it. They'll lap it up. So we just put a minimal amount of water and then add some of that to it, and they'll lick the bowl dry. They love it.
Good stuff, man. I've also found that dogs love the taste of garlic. I literally will chop it up, let it sit for 10, 15 minutes, put it into what I just grounded, which is, ground chicken quarters, go like that with my own hands and throw it in there. And man, they eat it up right away.
For people that want to try that, what I recommended, the little flu bomb deals there, and put in the dog's water. Yeah. If you do have any problem with the dogs not wanting to eat it all, or they keep tasting it, but they won't really drink it, just add a little honey. And as you raise that level of honey in it, they will drink it. Guaranteed.
Yeah. They definitely like the sweet taste. And Shaytree says she found the flu bombs too. Hold on, I got Hollywood over here for a sec. Let me bring him in.
Hey,
what you got, Hollywood?
They can't do ginseng, can they?
I don't know about ginseng. Sure. We've got a book
because you've told me to use that before when I was sick before too, with the honey, garlic, a little bit of ginseng with it, the red ginseng, and there was something else.
You're a human. Yeah, but you're a human.
Yeah, no, that's why I'm asking. I didn't know.
I don't know about the ginseng directly, to be honest. If it's compatible to dogs, we could look it up and find out real quick.
Let's look it up right now.
But on that note, I know for a fact the rest of that stuff is, and I do know that we have found a book that we're wanting to order, and at some time in the future, you know, you and I have talked about this, Raul. We're going to get my wife's opinion. You know, she's big into knowing what herbs go to what with these
Yes.
dogs, and so we're mapping that out as we speak.
Definitely, man. Look, it says right on there. It says ginseng can be safe for dogs in some cases, but it can also be toxic. You should consult your vet before giving ginseng to your dog. And then I guess it breaks it down.
So
It's got
ask it a different
Siberian.
way. Ask it, what do you do to ginseng to make it non-toxic for dogs? That way, if there's something you do to it, like the garlic, maybe.
To make ginseng non-toxic for dogs, you can keep it out of reach with physical barriers and remove any debris. You can also consult your vet.
It doesn't really say what to do.
I would stay away for now. I would just stay away from giving your dog any ginseng. Just because
honey, garlic, and ginger, and a little bit of lemon, I know for a fact is good for the dogs. So I would recommend, and really that's all you need in a flu bomb anyway.
Yeah. Honestly, bro, even for human beings, man, garlic, ginseng, ginger, honey, lemon. That's it.
For those of y'all,
I know
for those of y'all that haven't watched the QBN videos on raw diets and things like that and don't know, when you use raw fresh garlic, you want it to be, you know, straight off the off a whole head of raw garlic, and take a clove off. You want to either crush it or slice it and let it sit out in the air for 15 to 20 minutes. And it once the oxygen hits it, it has a chemical release there that allows it to be non-toxic for dogs. So make sure that you do that even before you use it, and then it'll be safe for them. Give it a good 20 minutes; it'll be safe.
We got Inserata saying, I took my 2-year-old female to her first show and she was very nervous, so that might help. Yes, but if you're going to show her in the ring, you got to listen to what Mike says. Don't go use it for the first time right before you take the dog in the ring, because the dog may just want to go to sleep. So how are you going to know what levels to feed it? Well, at home, you got to give them a little bit, see how they react to it, figure out what dose is best, let them build up a little bit of resistance to it as well, right? And then because a lot more people that are showing in the ring are actually using it than you would ever think. Shaytree says, thank you, fam. I meant to say sick family. Yeah, that's right, because I saw it said suck, and I was like, let me just stay away from saying that. We have IG XL Champ Cooper. What do y'all do with dog breath? Well, one of the things that's super effective with dog breath is coconut oil and oregano. Not oregano. I always get them confused. Cilantro. I'm sorry. I get parsley and cilantro always confused for some reason. Cilantro and just coconut oil. All you need is a half a teaspoon of coconut oil with cilantro in there. Let your dog have that on a daily basis. It'll fix it.
We use a whole carrot for their teeth, to clean their teeth, and we use celery. Celery actually helps with their breath, and it's really good for the dogs.
Man, that whole celery thing, I want to try it so bad, start giving it to my dogs as an anti-inflammatory in order to suppress those markers that are going to keep the genes from actually making the bones, more dense and whatnot. So glad you brought it up. V's Bully Team says, for kennel cough, I gave my dogs Manuka honey, elderberry syrup, and fresh squeezed lemon juice 3 times a day. Work great. Yeah. I can tell you I've had kennel cough several times. One time we got it from when 305 was in the ring. There was a dog out there that gave it to him. And then the other times I got it from the vet. Every time the dogs go to the vet, they come back with, kennel cough or something, man. Adam says, local honey, lemon juice, and water. Yeah, basic. Now, I would add a little raw garlic to it. I ain't going to lie. But That'll work. What do you do if your dog has hot spots? What do you do, Mike, when your dog has hot spots?
Well, I have a great answer for that, but since we're on the show, let's go to
Uh-oh.
QBN and type in hotspots and see
There
if
you
we
go.
have a
Let's do that.
So this is a great thing, man. QBN has got so many videos on so much stuff, y'all. When you have questions like this, you can go to the app, type in a topic, and I can't see your screen if you're doing it.
I'm bringing it up right now.
Oh,
Sorry.
okay.
I'm a little,
No, that's
little
fine.
behind. There you go.
And then you can type it in. He did one very recently.
You gotta go. Yeah, you gotta go on your laptop and right here hit that magnifying glass. And once you hit it, you type in hotspots, right? Hotspot. Boom, there it is. Check it out. Look, it's too easy. Look, your answer is right there.
Right there, man.
All you got and baking soda. And then if you want to see a short, if you don't want to watch the whole video, you just click on the short.
As you can see, the wounds are nice and clean. All right. So now all we're going to do, well done, baby, is we're going to make sure we soak it in the surrounding area. Right? Real easy to apply, guys. Real simple to apply. Now, I'm going to be applying this once daily. And we're going to come back in about a week to 10 days, and we're going to see how fast these bald patches grew out.
All right. So simple enough. I'm just showing you exactly what he's saying. All you got to do is go there and hit search and type in what it is you're looking for.
And that's available at Tractor Supply, correct?
What?
Wait, you gotta go watch the video to know what this product is.
Yeah.
There's a delay.
Okay. I won't say it. It wasn't in the short, but if you watch the video, it does say what that product is and where you can get it and all of that.
Yeah. Well, listen. I hate these haters, man. I hate these trolls. This big troll gang guy comes in here saying Trump is your daddy again. And look at the horrible word he uses. It's just horrendous. It's horrible. Horrible, man. But
why would you do that, big troll? Why would you
I have no clue why he would write such a word. It's just horrendous, man. But I look, this is not a political platform, but man, I've been very happy today. Let me just say that. I'm just gonna keep it real with y'all. I couldn't be any happier, man. Really couldn't.
Right there with you.
All right.
I think we're headed in the right direction. That's all I'll say.
I think so too. Kyle's saying it totally slipped by him. Let me bring him in here so he can explain how he allowed such an egregious.
Let's hear it, Kyle.
Yeah, Kyle, explain to me how you would allow such a terrible comment to come into this live, Kyle. That's your job, man.
Find out.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Everything except for that B word.
Hey, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know why, but for some reason, not all the comments are coming through from my phone to the laptop. So I need to start just paying attention to the laptop. Well, I usually watch the comments on my phone too while I'm doing other stuff because I got other stuff going on. So I watch it on my phone. And so when I seen that pop up, I was like, oh, shit.
We're going to assume that he's talking about female dogs because this is a dog education platform.
That is what he's
exactly what he
about.
said.
And when you read it like that, then it's really not such a bad comment after all, man. So big troll. Nothing but love for you tonight, man. We're gonna let it slide.
I'm gonna come on the record and say that's exactly why I let it slide.
Right, that's right.
Okay. I see the leadership qualities in you there, Kyle.
Yes,
all right, man. Yeah, we're definitely not political around here, but we're gonna let this one just sit there and yeah. All right, man. Let's go to the next thing. Chlorophyll, says Shade Tree. Detailer says carrots, bone, coconut oil, and celery. Yeah, bone and carrots do help with the teeth cleaning process. IGXL Champ Cooper says, what is kennel cough? And kennel cough, look, man, let's look it up. That's hey, you know what I'm saying? I want to know. I've forgotten, man. It's been a while, but I really like to know what is the invading bacteria behind it, because it is so common. Here we go. Kennel cough in dogs.
Ours actually
says kennel cough is highly contagious. Yeah, highly contagious respiratory infection that affects dogs. It's caused by a combination of bacteria and viruses. Look at that. And it's most common in dogs that are in close quarters with other dogs. So it is a forceful hacking cough.
And in boarding them, just like you would think, just as the name says, kennel cough, man. They were in there with other dogs. They all had it. They all got it. And that particular strain that we had back in 2023, man, they had it for a long time. A long time.
Yeah, it says here most dogs recover within 1 to 3 weeks, but it can take longer for older dogs or dogs with other health conditions. If you look at the symptoms, guys, forceful hacking cough that sounds like a dog has something stuck in their throat, a dry, hoarse, productive cough, lethargy, meaning they don't want to do much of nothing, poor appetite, and nasal discharge. So there you go. I can
testify that where it describes like they have something caught in their throat, it actually does sound just like that. Like they have a hair tickle in the back of their throat and just like they're trying to get it up. That's when I'm like, whoa, what? That's exactly what they do.
Did you say a hair tickle?
A hair tickle, yeah. Yeah. A hair like this.
I was gonna say, man, like
it ain't hard for me to get my hair in my mouth. You know what I mean?
I'm just like, hey, I know, man. You got that beard. I could just.
If I got the windows down, take a deep breath.
I was gonna say, are you afraid to take a deep breath every now and then? Because you might
every now and then, man.
I got you, man. Hey, we gotta have a laugh. Adam says, have you all ever heard of maca root? And I have. As far as giving it to a dog, I have no clue. We could definitely look it up immediately. Yeah. And let's see, maca root for dogs. Can dogs have maca root? Now, maca root, if I remember correctly, is more of an energy type of deal. But let's see. It says, yes, maca root is very safe for dogs. Maca root is a tuberous root that grows in Peruvian Andes. Been used for thousands of years, contains many vitamins and nutrients, including amino acids and fatty acids. Benefits. Look at this. There you go. Dang, Adam Fields, you're onto something. Semen quality. Maca root can improve semen quality and quantity in dogs. Look at that. Hold up, man. We're gonna have to spin the wheel for this guy, man.
I believe Adam just got himself a free spin right there, buddy.
He got himself a free spin, bro. Because I mean, that's the kind of stuff I'm talking about.
Quality is a big deal with these dogs.
Absolutely, man. Look, here we go. Can you see the wheel on the screen?
Yes, I can.
All right. So he won Nuvet last time. Here we go. All love for you, Adam Fields. Oh, there it is. Adam. There it is. Stop, man. All right, Adam. All right. You can't win every time, buddy. You can't win every time, but that was definitely a good comment, bro. Shaytree says, yes, she's heard of maca root. Good evening. I'm late, Maurice Humboldt. Maurice. All right, Gateway. My bully is in the garage with space heater. Is that enough to keep warm in 24-degree weather in Georgia? I would say yes, but how far away do you have the space heater from the dog, right? Like that sort of thing.
I would recommend go ahead, Ralph.
No, I would just say if you could keep the dog somewhere around 65-degree temperature, wherever he or she's around, you're good. You're good.
Tractor Supply, Walmart, any place like that, Lowe's, Home Depot. you can get a little thermometer. Some of them have sticky tabs. Some of them have suction cups. Some of them have little clips. And I would hang it
Yeah.
in the vicinity that the dog is in, and keep the dog within a range of temperature there. That we can find out, you know, by the kennel where the dog is put up at, whether it's within range of what's acceptable for our breed, which is somewhere between I'd say 40 degrees and 85, 88 degrees, somewhere in there.
I read 55 because of
50.
short-haired coat.
Oh, that would
But
make
yeah,
sense.
but it was 50. It was 55, but they're able to be in that type of weather for up to an hour. Once they go over that, but keep in mind that what I was reading was very generalized. So it wasn't saying an adult male, adult female. It was just, it could be a puppy, it could be a pregnant female, so on and so forth. What's up, Dietrich Hagens? Nothing but love, man. Yo, Kyle, you're fired. President Trump voice. Yeah, I can't do that, man. If we have any impersonators out there, let me know. I'd love to drop a link, bring you on, man.
Give me just 1 second,
go ahead.
Bo. No,
Yeah.
I was gonna say, give me just 1 second.
Go ahead, brother. No issues. Sid 1026. That's the name of his stud. You're fired. You have to switch from top messages to all messages. Laugh out loud. Yeah, man. Yeah. Kyle, it slipped by him for that one time, man.
That's what happened. That's exactly what happened. And he's saying the stud, that's the stud's name, was the first comment that slipped by me. He was joking about it.
Oh, okay. Well, it's all good, man. But listen, I will say this, guys. I will say this. I kind of feel like a weatherman. By the way, we actually changed it up. Like, my usual studio has actually become about 3 times bigger. So check it out, man. Look at the weather we're going to be having at 2 a.m. versus 3 a.m. versus 4 a.m. Then check it out at 5. And, of course, snow is going to be falling throughout this whole time. What I really like is they say it's going to be 1 inch worth of snow, which is enough snow for you to see that it's there, but luckily enough snow to go away as soon as it got here. So I like snow. I just don't like it to stick around for a little bit too long, man. That's the whole deal with it. Mike, you good? You're muted. Now you're good. Now you're good. Kyle fixed it.
Okay.
Kyle fixed it. Yeah.
My dogs were pretty wild up there for a second. I had to make sure everything was all right.
Oh, okay, man. You had to bring in the elbow.
I did. Well, I just put the collars on them and let them know, hey, Dad ain't messing around. I'm on the live right now.
Hey, man. It's just 1 hour. Well, sometimes we do go over by a little bit, but it's just 1 hour. By the way, talking about 1 hour, man, did you know that my girl Ali is in full-blown heat right now, man? She dripping blood, bro, like she was wounded. Like somebody put an arrow into her, man.
Her sister that I have is just went out.
She just came out of it. Okay.
Yes, sir.
It's amazing how they're so similar.
Yeah, she's actually still in heat, I guess, technically, but she's not bleeding anymore. She quit bleeding, I think, today's Monday. I think it was Thursday or Friday she quit bleeding, so.
Wow, man. Wow. Well, I'm excited, man, because I have my eye on a couple of studs. One of them,
you and me both.
one of the possibilities is this cat right here. Really like this guy. I think he brings a lot to the table, and I think with her, being big and big boned, I don't know. I kind of feel like she can make a little noise with him. I feel like they kind of, you know what I'm saying? They kind of bring what each other lacks, if you will. And he doesn't lack anything, and she doesn't lack anything. So they can only capitalize on what's already there. So I'm a little bit excited about it. Sid 1026 saying, how long do heat cycles last?
That's a great question.
It all depends, bro. It all depends. I've had females. My girl Latessa back in the day, she used to take 3 weeks, 4 weeks before she start bleeding. Some of them come right in, like this girl Ali, man. She came right in.
I know my female Freya, she doesn't take long once she starts to swell to actually start bleeding. Just less than a week, a few days, 4 days maybe.
Right.
But she bleeds for a long time. A long time. She's bled for 2 or 3 weeks.
Kyle's saying that honestly, one of my females bleed for up to 2.5 weeks sometimes. Jesus. And I know who he's talking about because I had her mama, Genesis. She was a 130-pound female. I had her in the house one day. Luckily, we have white tile. It looked like somebody had slaughtered a pig in my living room. Honestly, it was blood everywhere. And then she was splattering it with her tail. It was just not a good scene. Needless to say, she had to go outside real quick. Coach Karen saying, well, you know what they say about us ladies, we can change our minds on a dime. All right. Adam Fields saying, I've heard that macaroon can help with that. I guess he's talking about the kennel cough. Guys, canines, how do you feel about back-to-back breedings? I've heard it's better for the dog to work and then retire so they can live happy and without the risk of disease or cancer. Yes. Guys, canine, I've talked about this in the past. When I started breeding 10 years ago, I don't recall right now off the top of my head if it was the ABKC or the UKC. I get mixed up which of the two had it that way. But their recommendation at the time was breed the female 4 times in a row and then spay.
If I remember correctly, that was ABKC.
It could have been. Like I said, it was 10 years ago. I just don't remember if it was ABKC or UKC. I know it was one of them. And the reasoning behind it, at the time, I was like, man, that's pretty rough. Just have her give birth 4 times in a row and then just spay her. But it makes sense. And it's because that uterus, right? That uterus, every time the female goes in heat, the uterus becomes damaged.
Scarred.
Over and over again. The inside lining of it becomes damaged, whether she's pregnant or not. So not impregnating her does not mean you haven't hurt her. In fact, it means that she is now more hurt for your next breeding than she would have been had you used her now, right?
And more at risk for other health issues.
Correct. More at risk for.
On that same note, guys, canines, I would also recommend whenever your female has had the litters that you intend to have with her, you need to go ahead and have her fixed so that she doesn't continue to scar as she gets older, even if you're not breeding her.
Uterine cancer is a real thing with dogs. Pyometria is a real thing with dogs. You got to realize pyo means pus, metria means uterus, right? So pyometria means basically infection in the uterus or pus in the uterus. So what happens is that cervix head closes when the female is not in heat. But when she goes in heat, it does open up to allow sperm to come in, right? If you're done breeding the female and you just have her and she's still doing this, all it takes is for her to jump one day in a mud pile or just lay in the dirt, and she could have a vaginal infection all the way through the tract, all the way to the uterus. And now you could be dealing with a life-threatening infection that you're going to have to pay a top dollar to get her saved. Rather than deal with all that, my recommendation is to go ahead and spay at that point. Let me see. Shaytree says, I bet that macaroot would help me. I wake up drenched in the middle of the morning. F night. Thanks, Adam, my brother. I'm ordering it. Oh, okay. So he
was saying about it helps with heat
he was
cycles.
talking about the heat cycles for the females.
Okay.
Is what he was talking about.
Well, that's interesting. It helps with sperm for the males and heat cycles for the females.
I didn't know that.
We may have to deep dive into that.
Yeah, definitely. Coach K says, really, I think temperatures have a lot to do with breeding. Females seeking internal temperature and therefore affects when the duration of being in heat. That's interesting. That's interesting. I've heard a couple of things about the internal temperature of the female and about how it affects the heat cycle. I've heard that in the past. Macaroot. Coach Karen says, first heat is generally the longest because of the drastic change in ovarian and uterus position taking place. Thank you for sharing that. I can definitely believe that. Jack Nero says, when should you neuter your male? Man, this is going to sound so sexist, but I would never neuter a male. I just wouldn't. I wouldn't. I've seen males that have been neutered and just their behavior just changes, that they don't have an edge to them. I don't know. I wouldn't do it. I don't see where health-wise it would even be necessary, to be honest with you. But that's just my opinion. You know, I'm just another breeder. I don't know. How do you feel about that, Mike?
I think that the male dog can actually reproduce up in age really far. If they're not to the point where they're breaking down in any other way physically, it doesn't matter how old they are, they produce well. So it's a little different. I agree. With the males, it's okay to keep them fixed. Now, if you're having an issue with it and you're not breeding the male, you need to weigh that out. But you could have even more issues depending on what's going on there. But definitely, like Raul said, you could wind up in a worse spot with them.
Right now, Fireball is 8 years old. We have females in heat. All I got to do is raise my voice and say, leave her alone, and he's going to leave her alone. Why would I would never do that to him. I couldn't.
There's no physiological damage to the male for not having it fixed, like a female where she's scarring and having damage to the uterus with every cycle.
I do think there is a physiological, there are physiological changes. So one of the things is going to be weight gain, serious
it's not damaging to them though, is it? To not fix them like the female?
No. Let me rewind. So what I mean is this: the female, her uterus is getting damaged every time she goes in heat. I get that. To the male, it doesn't affect them in any way, shape, or form. Once you cut off his testes, right? Now he doesn't have a hormone. Right. So now he's going to gain weight. He's not going to have an edge. I just don't see where the advantage is to actually go ahead and spay the dog. If you're taking care of the dog and being responsible, there shouldn't be an issue as far as you needing to neuter him. What about if the dog developed dog aggression? Will spay neuter help? You see, this is it, man. And I'm not a trainer, so by no means take me as a trainer. But to me, you're not fixing the underlying issue. If a dog develops dog aggression, to me, this is just to me, it means it's either genetic or there's something you did that you dropped the ball somewhere along the way. So now this poor dog is going to have to pay for it with a good old fashioned neutering. Like, to me, that's just inappropriate, man.
I agree 100%. It's either behavioral, environment, disciplinary type thing, or it's genetic.
Yeah. IG is saying, is the number of puppies due to the male or female? Obviously, there's a combination of both, right? If the male doesn't have enough sperm and she's laying out a lot of eggs, then he's not going to be able to fertilize so many, and vice versa. But everything being equal, the female has more say because she's the one that's going to determine how many eggs are going to be released. That determines the possibility of fertilization. So if she drops 15 eggs, there's a chance you could have a 15 pup litter. if she only dropped 3 eggs, you only have a chance at 3 pups. That's it. It all comes down to her. This is why the female's mentation is so important. So one of the things I'm doing to kind of change it up is, it's funny, me and Mike, we were talking earlier this week, and Mike, you were talking about this street dog. She got pregnant, no heating, no this, no that. She got like a 12 pup litter. Every pup survives. And here we are dealing with purebred dogs, and we're having the time of our lives trying to get them pregnant, right?
Right.
These street dogs, they make it happen. So what I started thinking in my head is, I understand that when a female dog is stressed, she will release less eggs. So think about it. That street dog is not in a cage. She is not being restricted by anyone or anything. She goes out, she does whatever she wants, when she wants to do it, how she wants to do it, right? So at this point, my whole thing is, I attribute it all to the fact that her mentation is in a place of freedom, whereas a lot of our purebreds are not in a place of freedom, right? So what I have decided to make them as free as possible is, if you're in heat, you're coming in the house and you get to chill out in the house, as long as you're not bleeding. So right now, Ali wouldn't be brought in, but in a couple of days, when she's not bleeding anymore, she'll probably be brought in. Let her hang out. Let her have a little bit more freedom inside of the house.
I think that's a great point that you made there, and to elaborate to that, environment is what we're talking about. The mentality is connected to the dog's direct environment, and that is huge when it comes to everything from the amount of puppies your puppy yield, to the dog being able to actually have a pregnancy that's healthy without consuming the puppies. It can go to all that. It can go to all that. The environment and the dog's mental state is as big as anything, and that can play a huge part in how many puppies turn out in the litter as well.
I couldn't agree more, bro.
Nutrition as well,
bro. Right now, 2 blocks from my house, there's a female they dumped with about 9 pups. You could tell she's a street dog, though. She's not a house dog. You could tell she's got no collar. She knows what she's doing too, because she's got the puppies inside of the culvert and she running around looking for. I mean, you could tell she's a street dog, and I'm like, how in the hell? It's got to be mentation. You could take food from her, you could take shelter from her, but you can't take her freedom. And that freedom is what puts them in a place where I truly believe it helps them release more.
Another thing that and you tell me what you think about this. This is a new theory of mine that kind of ties into all of that. So with this dog that we talked about earlier on in the week, that it was a stray dog that somebody that lives close to me lended a hand to take care of, because somebody had dropped it off. The dog was pregnant. The dog wound up having puppies, went off without a hitch, without any help and whatnot. When the dog's probably never had its shots, never been took care of really or anything, and everything went just fine.
Right.
And we were talking about just now all these variables that may be connecting to that. What do you think about this as something important also? And this is just a theory I had. What about the female being able to pick where she gives birth? Because I noticed that dogs in the wild are real particular about where they choose to have puppies at. Matter of fact, if you let them have them wherever they want, they're going to be in some awkward place up under the house, up under something that you can't even get to them. But they choose their place very particularly. And I'm wondering what we could do to stage an environment that would be more of something that they would choose on their own at their own will, and if that would help.
Well, man, you see,
even if we just replicate it, you know what I mean?
You just let the cat out the bag real quick. Juan Hernandez Jr., what's up, man? Welcome on board. For those of you that want to join us as far as being a member, go down to the description below for as little as $5 a month. You can be part of this conversation. We're going to answer all member questions before we're out. So it's funny you say that, man. A couple years back, Latessa, when I finally got her pregnant, every time I let this girl out, she would go over here to the side of the house, right to the foundation, and dig. She was trying to dig under the foundation. So think about it for a second, bro. I cannot allow this to happen as a breeder. I just can't. Because if I allow her to dig under that foundation, I really don't even know how many pups she's going to stick under there. You see where I'm coming from?
That's a problem.
We see it as a problem, but you may be as right as anybody. It may be perfect for the female and the pups. You got to remember they're den animals. So she's basically digging a den right underneath the house. Now, am I going to allow that? No, I'm not going to allow that. But yeah, it's a good point that you bring up, man. I can tell you in the 10 years that I've been breeding, I've never seen larger litters than that being dropped by just regular old street dogs. They drop litters like the world's.
Sorry, we're lagging a little bit. It makes you wonder.
Go ahead.
If you had a controlled environment where there's so many said options available to the dog, or it can choose this or choose that, but it does have some choices. And if it were to dig and make a den, that it would be in a place that would be okay because it's a controlled environment, and maybe that would help them.
You know, now that you say that, if you really think about it, I don't know if, for those of you that have watched my yard videos or not, I don't know if you have, but for those of you that have, I could literally, if I really wanted to, I could literally just let the dog out in the yard, let her figure it out, let her dig her own hole, whatever, and then respect it, make sure no dogs get close to it. That I might do that one day, not right, but I might just try that one day, because it's unbelievable how the mentation in the female has everything to do with the livelihood of the pups.
Right.
I was seeing one day in National Geographic, I was seeing one of their many wolves documentaries and whatnot, that this one male had taken this female from a pack, right? Because that's what they do. And that keeps them from inbreeding and whatnot. And this female, her first litter, she only dropped 3 puppies. Now, typically they only drop about 5 pups. She only dropped 3, and she ate all 3, and none of them made it. Then the next heat cycle, she had 5, and she had 3 that made it out of the 5. It leads you to understand that she was stressed, whether you like it or not. She just left one group of a particular pack, and now, she's, at the bottom of the totem pole in this other pack. She ended up being the alpha, but either way, mentation, man. Caveman says using that logic to alter a dog doesn't add up. Don't forget the excess weight gain and bone loss. I agree, Caveman. I agree, man. Do not go and neuter a male. Now the female I would recommend to go ahead and spay, because uterine cancer, I mean, now you're running the risk of uterine cancer. Now you're running the risk of pyometria. Now you're running the risk of so many other things. I don't know. If you don't agree, man, give me a good argument. I know you're a pretty smart cat, man. Hollywood's stopping me here. Let me bring him in. What you got, Hollywood?
That's what he's talking about. He's been talking about the female. Yeah, he's just pretty much saying that he just doesn't see it, because just cutting and going through all of that, he was asking how can that possibly be less invasive as just letting them have heats.
Well, again, and again, this is where subjectivity comes in, right? So are you going to run the risk of pyometria? I don't think it's worth it. I don't think it's worth it. I could tell you my girl Aruba, her last heat cycle, we were trying to breed her. She didn't get pregnant. She actually got pyometria. Right then and there, it was an easy decision for me to just go ahead and spay her. Had she not had pyometria, later on down, I would have gone and spayed her either way. This is just me. It's just my choice. I don't want to run into uterine cancer. I don't want to run into pyometria later on. She has gained some weight. I won't say otherwise. But outside of that, she's a happy dog, man. She's a happy dog. Canola Dollar Bill says build underground kennels. You know, Canola, I don't know if you're being funny or you're being serious. This is the first time I've ever seen one of your comments. I will say we brought on Papa Pitt like 6 or 7 months ago. Remember Hollywood? And he was telling me over there in California is real hot where he's at. And what he's done in each particular kennel is they dug in, I don't know if he said 1.5 feet or 2 feet underground, and it's cool in there, right? Mm-hmm. And it's a little den, so the dogs actually go under, and it's free air conditioning. So you might be onto something.
Yeah, I think that I remember that. I remember him saying that in the interview on the show. But that concept, I wonder if it connects to like cold storage. You know, back in the day, they would build underground cellars like that because underground it keep vegetation stored a lot longer before it goes bad. It's like a refrigerator.
Hey, I was gonna say too, he has a bed on top to where they can lay up there and that air goes underneath them, he said, to where it just circulates like this. But they do like to go under there sometimes, but he has a bed on top so that air can go up underneath. There's air breezing all around them, so it keeps them cool and it helps them a lot.
It makes a lot of sense in his neck of the woods, man, because I could tell you over here in my neck of the woods, I don't have that. And I can tell you light bills, $700, $800, $900 are not far-fetched. We got the AC running, fans blowing 24/7. You got to, man. 102, 107, it'll kill a dog faster than you think.
I know. My pops is watching tonight, and it's funny. Him and I were just talking about this the other day. I've said on here before that, you know, he's got the bird dogs and they've had it for 62 years now and all that. So I get a lot of old school, like ear to the ground knowledge from him about this stuff. And, you know, when we were saying earlier about how if they're trying to get warm and they'll go in a barrel and their body heat can cover a lot of ground in that small space. But he was talking to me about, and the other day we had talked about on the live about it being on the ground or up off the ground. If it's on the ground, it's more likely to be able to hold that heat. And he was saying that to me as well. So it makes sense what Kyle was saying about Papa Pitt. If you're trying to cool the dog off, you need that open air up underneath. And so the air can circulate and keep the dog cool, and vice versa. If you're trying to keep the dog warm, you would want it on the ground so that it can accumulate heat.
Yeah. There's so many tricks to it, man. And then you start thinking about it and you're like, man, why didn't I ever think of that? It's really simple. It's not a complicated, concept. But nonetheless, man, we're definitely hitting some cold weather. We definitely need to be taking care of our dogs now coming up. In particular, tomorrow, I believe, and the day after, it's going to be freezing cold. As you guys well know, man, this is Monday Bully Live. We do this every Monday at 7 p. CST. And the one thing I wanted to ask you, Mike, is have you tried Nuvet and NuJoint DS with your dogs yet?
I use both on my dogs, have it auto shipped here, and I have used it on every dog that I own, including my outside dogs that are not even bullies, for the last 2+ years. And love the product, love the nutritional content, love the vitamins that are in the NuJoint for joint support and stuff like that. I've got a pit bull here. She's getting a little up in age, and I feel a lot better and more reassured to know that she's getting all that she needs, the conjointin and the other things for her joint health. That those vitamins provide. And I have a
Excellent
question
stuff,
for you
man.
about cold weather dog stuff, since we're on this cold tonight.
Shoot.
I have one outside dog, and he's right here where, because there's only one, I can change his pail out pretty regularly. What do you recommend for somebody that has a bunch of outside dogs to try and keep their water from freezing? Because
Well,
y'all don't really get cold like that, but here,
right.
for the last 2 weeks and for the next month, you can't put water outside. It'll be a sheet of ice. It'll be solid ice.
Right. The one thing I've done in the past, because we actually got snow here, I think it was 4 or 5 years ago. What I do is I put a heating lamp over the water. I know it sounds crazy, but that's what we do. And this time around, because I put the heat lamps inside of the kennel area to help the split unit keep everything warm. Now what I'm going to do tomorrow is pretty much I have 5-gallon bucket of water, fill it up with water, put it on this little trolley I got, take it out there, and then just let them out one at a time so they can drink water. It's only for a day or two, so that's why it's not such a tough necessity. I thought about adding salt to the water, but then I'm like, do you really want your dog taking in the salt? We know salt is very conducive to dogs, man.
We need to look into that a little further and see, because I've been down the salt rabbit hole myself for my own consumption, and I wonder. I know with people, like, table salt will definitely dehydrate you and put you in a bad place. But there are certain types of salt, like that Baja Gold and the Celtic salt that comes from the mines, the salt mines in France. And I think there's certain types of pink Himalayan salt you can get if it's extracted from the right source. That actually does hydrate the cell. The sodium actually is like electrolytes to the body if given in the right way. So that may be something where, if the right type of salt is put in the water for the dogs, it could hydrate them and keep the water unthawed potentially.
Yeah, potentially it can. However, I would be reluctant if I lived in say I lived in Minnesota and it was snowing all the time. I would be reluctant. I don't care what kind of salt it is, to give that on a daily basis. Maybe on a one-day thing. Maybe on a one-day thing, I'll let it slide. But
not
nothing.
every day. I agree. I agree.
Yeah, nothing long term, man. G-Line says, put salt in a water bottle, put water in the water bottle, put the water bottle in a bucket of water. Huh?
Yeah, dilute it down in the water bottle and then pour it in.
Got you. Then Kidman says heated buckets.
Where you get heated buckets at?
Yeah, Tractor Supply. They got them. Yeah, he's right. Yeah, he's right.
Well,
but the other thing, honestly, for people that live down south like me, I'm even thinking about it now. Why even take the 5-gallon bucket out? Just open. I'll take the 5-gallon bucket, put it right out here in my back porch, open the gates, let my shelter dogs make it to my backyard. They've been wanting to get in here anyways to inspect and pee and poop all over the place. Let them in, let them drink some water, and then they can head back. And we'll call that a day, man. Freeze-proof hydrant. There you go. G-Line says, trust me, I live in Buffalo, New York. It works. Okay. So he says, put salt in a water bottle, put water in the water bottle, put the water bottle in a bucket of water. Wow.
Hey, Raul, I think he's talking about the physical bottle.
Yes.
So not pouring the water from the bottle into the bucket like Mike was saying. I think he's just talking about the actual bottle. But if you keep water moving fast enough, it won't freeze. If you keep water in constant motion.
Take a salt water bottle and then
that's what he's saying, and put the whole bottle in there.
Salt water and put it in with the water.
I think that's what he's saying. Yeah.
I wonder.
Wow.
I wonder. I wonder if he can elaborate on that. That's interesting.
Yeah. G-Line, tell you what, man, I'm going to go ahead and drop the link. I'm going to give you about 1 minute to jump in here and break it down for us, man. I would love nothing more for you to show us. It'd be kind of cool if you could even show us what it's looking like over there in Buffalo, New York right about now.
Well, I know it's cold up there. I know that.
Yeah. Adam Field says flowing water doesn't freeze. All right. Well, listen, guys, it's been a good show tonight, man. We've talked a little bit of everything. I'm sorry, man. We were preparing for the cold weather. I can tell you, Kyle, he told me, and he was putting sweaters on chickens and roosters he's got over there. And I was running over here because, make sure my water pipes don't explode. I give warm bone broth, keep body temp warm. I think my dogs have adapted, and I love the snow. I have reeled them in the house. How do you exercise dogs in these temps as we can't stay outside for long? No, but a good 10 minutes, it's more than enough. And in the exercise, the exercise will actually keep them warm. The bottle floats around in the water, keeping it from freezing, and never sits still. Okay. G-Line is a genius. All right. I got Kyle over here saying, what were you saying, Kyle?
No, I was just saying that's what he meant. I figured that's what he meant, is that salt in that water bottle keeps that bottle bobbing and moving around and circulating, and it also helps.
What's inside the bottle won't freeze, and then
No.
it keeps
Right.
everything
No,
else
it's
from
got
freezing.
salt.
Exactly. Because it keeps it constantly
man.
moving, circulating.
That's cool.
You know what, G-Line, I'm not even going to let Kyle tell me, bro. I'm going to go ahead and give you a free spin for that one because you went deep on that one, bro. You went deep on that one. Hold on. Let me
you always read my mind. We always read my mind, Raul.
I know, man. Here we go. Let's go. This for G-Line right here. Come on, G-Line. Big money. Big money, G-Line. Big money. Big money. Oh. Damn. Sorry, G-Line. Damn. We got close, man. We got close, G-Line. Is there anybody else has been making exceptional comments tonight, man? Because I know D. Taylor, for example. D. Taylor made this exceptional comment, which I actually enjoy. So we're going to go ahead and give you a spin, D. Taylor. How about that? Here we go, D. Taylor. Big money. Big money, D. Taylor. Oh, Regal Choice. Oh, dang it. Dang, now, the wheel's been ruthless.
You said something last week about the wheel. Was there somebody that was supposed to get a spin from a few weeks ago or something like that? Didn't he say
hold on. Let me look. I always got my notes right here.
Hold on, man. Hold on. Right when we were talking, G Money Bags is in his eye. He is coming on, but right now, there he goes. There he goes. G Money, can you see us, man?
Yeah, I can see y'all. Y'all can see me?
Yeah, man. What's up? Talk to me.
What's going on?
Look at this.
No. Woo! Buffalo, New York, live.
Oh, man.
Yeah,
I just got off work. I just got off work. I got to tune in. And then
there you go. That's what I'm talking about, man. Dedication. So G Money, tell you what, man. We're just going to have to give you another spin, bro. I have no choice. You've given me. I'm going to have to give you another one, bro. You've given me no other choice. All right, so here we go.
I would say, something else, but shoot. Okay.
We're glad to have you on the show, man.
Here we go. G Money. Here we go, man. Big money. Come on, G Money.
I need a beanie.
Come on. You see, it says lose, but you're so close to spin again. I'm going to give you another spin. How about that? Man. How about that, G Money? Here we go. Big money. Here we go.
Buffalo, New York, baby.
Oh, there it is. Look at that. It fell on spin again. Look at that. All right.
Spin them again. There we go. Spin them again.
Come on, G Money. G Money's worse than means. He just won't go away. Here we go. Come on, man. Come on, G Money. Come on now. Come on. Jesus Christ, G Money. You keep. Come on. I'm gonna give you another spin. Man.
Just hit it 2 or 3 times.
Yeah, he's hit it pretty close.
Go for
Come on. There you go. There you go. Oh, come on, G Money. Jesus. All right. You know what it is? I know what it is.
It's
Buffalo Bills are headed to the AFC Championship game.
That's what it is.
That's right.
They're using up all your luck, man. That's what it is, bro.
Because that game was lucky yesterday. That game was lucky. That wasn't skills. That was lucky.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, hey, sometimes it's good to be lucky. I'll tell you this, though. They ain't going to be lucky in Kansas City. If they win, it's because they won outright, because they're going to be playing the Chiefs and the refs. They're going to be playing two teams. Just keeping it real, man.
Oh, I already know.
We got
the Chiefs and the refs.
Hey, G Money, listen, do me a favor, bro. If you can make a video of that, what you talked about with the salt bottle, make a little video, send it back to me. I'll definitely play it on here for people to watch, bro.
I got you. I'm going to send it to you tonight. As soon as I get in the crib, I got you.
All right, man. Number love. Appreciate you. Buffalo, New York, right, G Money Bags. Yeah. Number love, man. We got Georgetown Bully saying, just had my first breeding last week, waiting to confirm. What can I do to keep her stress-free? Look, man, what I do is I let them roam the house. Now, there's certain rules they need to follow, like no pee and pooping in the house. Aside from that, pretty much just giving a lot of lovings, watching TV with the dog, letting her chill. That's pretty much all you can do, man. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, look at this. Chiefs, refs, and Taylor Swift. No, man, let me tell you. I would not want to be in the Buffalo Bills shoes, man. Hollywood, start us up, man.
It's your boy, Hollywood Holland, your boy in the back of the queue, and we're catching you on the next one.
Money Mike.
Hey, Michael Higginson, man, with Creekbank Kennel down here in Arkansas. Hey, I really enjoyed it tonight, man. Glad to have this educational platform where we can talk dogs, and I'll be catching y'all on the next one.
There you go. Hey, you already know, man. We've made this bigger than ever. Don't forget to get your Nuvet over here. Get your beanie cap. Get your progesterone ready. For those of you that got females in heat, like always, man, having fun. Enjoy educating. Enjoy the interaction. It's been Raw from the queue. Catching you on the next one.
Here we go. Kill the whistle. Oh, yeah. We are going for a whole hour. Straight dog talk and the song. Jump on in and speculate. Show up on time. Don't be weak and late. We are community, so don't hate. And learn to cooperate. Yeah.